Hi, everybody. Hi, welcome. This is Joanna, the Early Morning Ascension Show, and we're so happy to connect with you today. We wanted to go over one of the most important experiences that everybody will move through, and understanding themselves at a deeper level, a wider level, a richer level, and who you are in connection with all of creation is the daily self-care process and what that really is. We have many, many videos on our website that go back into the various intricacies, the myriad of aspects that you have always been and are right now in the spiral of time, and how all of those soul aspects are divinely timed and triggered into what's moving in your life right now. And they help us identify fears, they help us identify the beliefs that we hold about ourselves, all through the process of our incarnations, this timeline, other timelines, this body, other bodies, this planet, other planets, into who we are, what we exist within, and what exists within us. And that is done through our divine benevolent contract with spirit in the game of separation in this known universe, and of course many other universes that also participate in the threading of who we are as multidimensional omnipresent beings. And so it's quite a complex experience if you understand that you are part of the all. The all is threaded with you in all moments. The all is a part of your individuation as well as your omnipresent. Your all is a part of every single person on this planet and who and how we reflect to one another. The all is a part of our higher self becoming in the releasing of all judgment, regardless of what's going on, regardless of the behaviors, regardless of how we see one another in our transitioning from 3D to 4D to 5D, and understanding that all are aspects of the all are aspects of spirit, all are aspects of source, and allow us the higher vibrational alignment of harmonization of who we are. We must allow and accept ourselves so that we can continue that harmonization pattern and that cycle of transmutation. And it all becomes kind of evident in many of our illustrations show the infinity, because that's what I was shown in my teachings with the Christ consciousness, and Mother Mary is always with me, and understanding how we harmonize into higher versions of who we are. And so our beautiful intention for this Ascension class is to inspire you and to offer to you, to show you, to empower you, to encourage you to understand that all moments we're harmonizing. All moments we're including all aspects of our reality, all aspects of our collective, all aspects of Gaia, and all aspects of our omnipresent. The all, because we always come within a sacred trinity. And in this experience of all that we are, you're allowing yourself to soften, forgive, and let go, so that you can then offer the inclusivity to anything else that you're also harmonizing out into. Because as you accept all of yourself, all aspects of yourself from 3 to 5D, you're allowing that expansiveness to call in greater light, to participate in greater light, to integrate greater light, and to be able to flow as greater light. But it cannot come if there's dense belief patterns and systems of lineage, dogmatic, social structures, and all of those experiences that held you very closed, that held you very separate, that held you very less than. So the purpose of humanity and the purpose of our daily self-care and our daily healing is to create the remembrance of inclusivity and the oneness of who we are. The oneness of who we are is within all moments, all things. It's who we are as spirit and source. Okay, they're showing me that beautiful, I'm so grateful. They're showing me the beautiful experience of birds, and we see them in the sky because that's what they do. We're experiences of the outer and the inner, if you will. And a bird that's flying by, and we often ponder and wonder, and we look at their majesty, and the birds are showing us that they are in majestic pondering of us too. And so how can we use the reflection of all that spirit relies and offers to us, before us, to be a part of the inclusivity and the oneness, so bringing it in to appreciate, to honor, to live in gratitude. Because everything that is placed before you, and for the path of mastery, is to see it as the joy of spirit, to live as the joy of spirit, and to release the beliefs that it had any projection to harm or to hurt you or to take from you. And those are the experiences of working out the belief systems and the patterns and the lifetimes of separation. Because separation is about those psyche wounds held within the vibrational stories that kept you separate, that kept you pulled and yanked on, due to the various roles and definitions that you played. So ascension and awakening, and what we get so passionate about offering and teaching, which they were showing me this morning in a beautiful webinar. I was so grateful. They were showing me that we're really at this tipping point where we are rewriting and redesigning who we are as humanity. In this, I'm going through a clearing, And in this harmonization of all that we are, understanding ourselves as multidimensional, which will be the foundation of all healing modalities in our near future right now, because in the awakening of our allness, and it is spirit creating matter, we're integrating the soul fragments, we're integrating all of the stories that we've ever held, and we get to alchemize what is being broken up and moving and losing and breaking away. Because in the tower breaking, in the tower falling, in the breaking away of all the substructures within our social systems, we get to then choose and pick and pull based on the harmonization of including it all, the wisdoms of it all. The energy is still there as things break up, so now we got to alchemize it. What did we learn? What do we want to reflect on and bring with us? What do we want to change and make new? How do we want to alchemize our beautiful allness and bring it into something really, really special, where everybody's gifts and skills are needed? Everyone has a part to play, and everyone has the highest potentiation in this collective unified story, because everyone is here for a reason. Everyone has value. Everyone has purpose. Everyone has a blessing to reflect to the all and be a part of this beautiful story, not separate and push out and press out because of the judgments held within the stories. And that's what the shadow and the ego is all about, is healing those energies, healing those the inner child wounding, if you will, and their psyche wounds. And so that's what we talked about in our healing. But what we're here on this tipping point is that we've never been here before. We're stepping into who are we as our higher selves? What as the higher selves are we existing within? And what really exists within us is the higher selves. And we understand that because that daily self-care and practicing daily self-care really allows you that time for not only regeneration and renewal, but it allows you that sacred time of reflection. And that sacred time of reflection allows you that time for integration and processing what you've been through, processing your choices now, processing who you are as a spirit creating matter, processing your new perspective, because perspective is everything. Your perspective creates reality. Your perspective creates potentiality. Your perspective is your alignment with your higher self, if you so choose. It's always free will. Or you can perceive from the lower vibrational stories. We say lower, not quantitative or quantitative, but it is the vibrational scale through which it creates from in limitation and separation. The boxes you were placed in, and breaking out of those boxes and say, wow, I want to be a part of the all. I want to be a part of the impossible. I want to be a part of the infinite. And how can I see myself as this? Where can I start today? That's what daily self-care offers us. It allows us to take charge, to take ownership, and take sovereignty into returning all power back to us, returning all divine energies back to us, light, source essence, life force back to us, all of the sovereignty, all energy I gave away, all power I gave away, return to me now. I'm a multidimensional being of light. I'm a multidimensional master of creation, and I choose to use my allness, all stories, all experiences, and now I get to accept it. And in the acceptance, I allow for greater light, because I'm honoring all that I am. I'm not damning it or judging it or feeling guilty or in shame of it. I must accept it and love it whole. That allows me the highest potentiation of growth, and that is accepting the shadow. And they were saying, if you cannot and are fear of accepting the shadow, then the light will always be in balance awaiting you. Because until you accept the darkness of all that you have created upon your planet, that light can always be remaining in balance and not accepted. So to accept all the light, to process the light and to be of integration of the light, are you receiving thyself, as the mother showed me the other day? When you receive yourself, all aspects of yourself that you see in your reality, all aspects that you deem in your reality, all aspects that are deplorable and unkind, all of those are aspects for acceptance. And in that acceptance, okay, now how can we resolve it to higher experiences for humanity? How can they all be served in these experiences? What did we learn from all those versions of stories of us? And then create an alignment of source so that the inclusive is served. Where and why did those issues begin? Where and why did we give our power away? Where and why, who are we now? Then you get to become the all of you. You get to be enraptured by you. You get to be really empowered by who you are, because you're returning that daily reflection that really gives you so much ability to refine who you are. That's where true mastery is really gained, is in that refinement reflection process. You're giving yourself in all moments, okay, what did that dream show me? And then you get to breathe and bring back all your power, bring back all your wisdoms, call up your soul, call up your higher self, call in your guides and your teams and your healing experiences, call up Gaia, call up the angels and the masters of the healing experiences, call in all beings that you are connected with in all moments. And just place on the table what is meant for you to be called up forward, any trauma, any fear, any belief that wants to be recognized today. And you just sit in silence and just have your back nice and straight, and just understand and accept that you're a multidimensional being. You're made of many fields, you're made of many bodies, you're made of many intelligences within the chakra systems. You are Christ consciousness beings that's receiving light, and in that receiving light, you're also entangling with the grids. So in this multidimensional receiving of your daily self-care, you're harmonizing and intending, yes, I'm a multidimensional being and I am infinite, I am possible of the impossible. And that is when you return all power back to your heart, because you're claiming yourself anew. Today, in this daily self-care and my recognizing of my need for self-care, I want to be able to acknowledge who I am and ground. I'm one with my planet. I'm one with my human collective. I know I have many great gifts, and I want to help people process their pain. I want to help people process what they thought was impossible to process. I want to help people become renewed. I want to help people become one with who they are. I want to help people create the feeling and the love of excitement of inclusivity. I want to assist people in understanding their vibrational stories and how it's a part of their soul record and it's a part of their soul benevolence to actually create the capture of greater light and not damn any part of it, but accept it fully. Because then you get into the ability to rearrange and alter your DNA and call in those divine potentialities of your DNA, which you absolutely can, because your consciousness is absolutely the mother, father of the all. You're managing yourself as the mother and the father. What do I need as a mother for me to nourish myself and heal myself? Not look for it outside of you. No system to heal you. No outside thing to do it for you. Not placing blame or projecting guilt or any of those things that go outside of you. How can I be the mother of me and the father of me and give myself what I need so that I can transcend this one story that held me in lack, this one story that held my gifts not important, that one story that held me in fear of loss, that one story that held me in fear of being seen, being heard, being known, whatever those fears are. That daily self-care of creating that infinity, where are the stories that need to be released and what are those stories? Just sit with it. What are my stories today? And be excited about it, right? If you go into your daily self-care with the excitement of who you are, I'm introducing a new version of me today. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to see myself brand new. I'm so excited to see myself as renewed. I'm so excited to see myself as a new version of me. And here's the vibrational stories I'm working with. And just sit in silence and just feel for spirit to offer you. Because we're entering into a new vibration of healing, a new vibration of becoming, a new vibration of the soul, your gifts, your skills, and your talents are going to come online in various multidimensional ways, and they will be new. This is why daily self-care is so important of your soul becoming. Your gifts, your skills, and your talents will be felt and seen and understood and known in different ways. Because you're a multidimensional being, your gifts are going to be feeling different. You're going to be getting your legs to new variations of you as a creator. And so allow yourself to feel into what those gifts feel like and how they're being offered to you through the soul of itself, who you are as a soul. The soul is connected to all of those that you contract with, your children and your friends and your family and the community. Then there's the soul contract you have for your collective. What is your collective really aching for you to come forward with and share? Because we're pieces of the puzzle. We are all needed. And we're also one with Gaia. What does Gaia aching for you to be involved with and entangled with? That's the sacred trinity of our all soul blueprints. Each and every person without fail has a contract with the collective, with their soul and oversoul and oversoul of oversouls and all collective and all councils therein, and also a contract with Gaia. Because we are becoming acclimatized to our allness. And that allness means that, wow, well, oh my gosh, what do I do now? There's so much that I'm open to, because that's what awakening is all about. I'm not just a body floating around in space, not connected to anything. You're absolutely one with everything. There is no such thing as separation. It's just a belief and a story that you choose to create and experience for a while. Once that light starts bathing you, you start feeling and sensing yourself different in the world. Wow, my reality is really my expression of who I am and the vibrations I got going on inside of me. So what are these stories so I can start sorting them out? Where are these coming from? And they'll always be linked to your now timeline, but they will also be linked to all other timelines and bodies you've held from 3 to 5D. Because now is all there is. All timelines, all bodies, all forms, all planets right now. And why, as you open and awaken to that, you can release the ideologies that, wow, I'm just a male in this male body and all I have is male energy. Therefore, all the beliefs and the stories that I've had will discount and exclude everyone else. And that is what has been the egocentric experience that we've all created within, that all things outside the top 1% or 2% or 3% is excluded from the becoming and the being and the having and the doing. Whereas we're releasing egocentric experiences because we've all experienced them, we've had our time doing it, and now we're time to rebalance our entire planet. The entire planet regeneration, the rebalancing, is an offering the divine sacred daughter her place within the galaxy. And Gaia is the daughter of our galaxy. That micro-macro ascension perspective is held with the divine mother. The divine mother and the divine feminine have been held out of exclusion, if you will, into the ideologies of who we are as humans. Who are we? What do we exist within, and what exists within us? The universe exists within the center of every molecule. Source creator is held within every aspect of life because it is life within life. That is source. Source knows how and when a galaxy is created based on the light that you emit, based on the acceptance of who you are as spirit, based on the acceptance of your shadow. That's how we manifest evolution. Micro, macro, it's no different. You are this one little aspect of the source creator in an infinite aspect of life creations. So you accepting one of your shadow aspects is helping assistance and the evolution of all things, helping your children. That all is inclusive. We are all a family of one. So in that, it must allow us to, okay, well, let's take a look and review what's going on inside of me. How do I feel? What are my vibrational stories playing out right now? And you can write these down if you like. We do these in our classes and our webinars. If I'm looking at the beautiful infinity of who I am, and the spiral of now is happening in all timelines, all bodies that I'm creating right now, how can I breathe, and how can I be the most beautiful perspective of light? Because my light wants to be felt by all other aspects of me. Time is spiraling now. And you call in this beautiful light. I claim myself as light. I claim myself as powerful. And all of that light and intention fan out to all aspects of you. And all aspects of you say, wow, she recognizes us. We're all one now. We're not being held separate because we're having a lifetime that wants to explore density here. We're not being held separate because we want to explore black magic here. We're not being held separate because we want to explore being a herbal healer or a witch. All of those aspects are you. All of those aspects are now. All of those aspects are asking for you to acknowledge it by what you see, what you feel, and what's being offered to you vibrationally in your reality, because you are a magnetic being. What wants to be recognized, what wants to be healed and included will come to you. And so you can create your reality through the conscious awareness of it or the not conscious awareness of it. The awakening process helps you be conscious of what you're manifesting. Therefore, again, spirit creating matter, you create your body. What am I creating in health? What am I creating in the wealthiness of who I am as a being of spirit? I want to call in great wealth of light. I want to create in the great wealth of having people support me and honor me, that I do have great gifts, because that's part of my soul's lesson. Those are the soul vibrations I'm seeing in my reality. So those soul stories for your daily self-care, it's a multidimensional experience. When you're calling in and having that daily self-care review, and we've created journal sheets. So if you wanted to go to our Facebook and just scroll along, or just email me and I can send you those. And we've created journal sheets that can help you just have a bit of an outline, like a platform and a format, to some of the questions. But it is a multidimensional experience. So in your daily self-care, just harmonize and just softly ponder, what does my physical, my mental, my emotional, and my spiritual or etheric bodies need from me? And your etheric bodies, especially for many of us going through many of these timeline and seasonal upgrades, wanting us to take greater rest for our etheric body and our spiritual body, so that the light can access where it needs to access and regenerate, because we're also giving out a lot more. So depending on, again, your daily self-care will also allow you to be really highly attuned to your own unique specific ascension cycle. Everyone's ascension cycle is unique to each of them. Everyone has different pacing. Everyone has different explorations. Everyone has a different way to manifest their soul's lessons, and why it can't be judged by any other person. Yes, sometimes they're harmful. If you're playing in a karmic, story, they can be harmful stories, and that's part of the healing of the soul, is not to place judgment, but just to accept it fully and find your own lessons within it, and then be a higher version of you, a more expansive version of you, by accepting all of it without judgment. But that's part of becoming the unconditional Christhood, because we're entering into 5D of light, where you're at one point going to be in acceptance of having that same accepting experience of a gray that may be standing before you, that is a part of your soul family, and who has had many different lifetimes doing many different things. Can you accept that? Because it's part of you. or misunderstanding about abductions? You know, can you accept that and really work through those fears and misunderstandings and judgments that have been mislaid, because they're all at the highest level on a soul contract frequency. You just don't remember it in your human form. And we have so many lower vibrational belief systems, and we say lower because, again, they place you in a small pressed down box. It feels low and dense and heavy, but it doesn't have to be. You can break the lid open and say, okay, here, I'm ready. It's all included. It's all included. It's all me. It's all me. So get excited about your daily self-care. Get excited about what you see and what you have before you, and offer it to your daily self-care in your journaling, in your painting, in your writing, in your singing. And say, what is this soul belief that's coming forward to me? What are the fears that are connected to this story? And then again, your gifts, your multidimensional gifts will show you. It might, because your teams might want to really surprise you. They might want to say, okay, she's doing her daily self-care today. Let's give her one of her gifts. Let's give her a new intuitive skill that she doesn't even know she has yet. And so you might be in your meditation, just listening. What needs to come forward? Is there any chakras that need my attention? And you're just calling up any densities, any blocks, just through a gentle sweeping movement. And you're just visualizing light bathing on you, clearing out your field, clearing out your bodies. You understand that you're all with the angels and Archangel Michael, and the angels are helping you realign your chakras. And your breath is aligning you with spirit. Your breath is aligning you with your higher self. And your higher self and your soul and your guides. They're all with me right now. We're happy to play with you, they're saying. Thank you. And now they're all coming in to play with you, and they're all coming in to play with you. And you say, is there anything else that I need to look at today? I just want to love and celebrate my achievements. I just want to love and celebrate who I am. Give yourself time to celebrate, because that opens the portal of receiving. I'm grateful for my body. I'm grateful that I have manifestations and mastery over my health. I'm so grateful for the new friends that I've made. I'm so grateful for my beautiful children and all children on earth, for they're all showing us how to be more compassionate, more caring, and more giving. I'm so grateful for Gaia. I'm so grateful for my teams and my guides. Thank you, Spirit. I'm so grateful for all the achievements I've come and I've moved through so many challenges, and I'm able to look back on it and love myself more every day, and still accept it more and more every day, because not all days you want to accept it. Some days you might want to just resist it fully and understand the pain that was attributed to a certain story or a trauma or a wound, because you want the full navigation to be able to fully heal it, because you will feel different in a healing from one day to another day. That's the process of healing. It's never just a one-day thing. Some wounds, yes, but some deeper traumas that have gone lifetimes and lifetimes in the making, especially subjugation and control, because that's what our whole planet is healing. And that's what some of us come to also clear for the collective, and why you tend to go through, variations in your cycle to clear subjugation again and again and again and again, because you've experienced it again and again and again and again, and also too for the collective, because you want to do as much clearing for the collective as well, if you're an empath and if you have the potentiation to do so. But don't take it on if you're in the midst of a dark night of the soul. You never want to take on more than you can process, and it takes years and years to find out and suss out your own mastery. I've been teaching this for a very, very long time, and I'm very, very acute and tuned into the multidimensional fields at a multidimensional level, micro, macro. Those are my gifts that I've come with. So I'm able to sense into and process and tell my teams I'm not ready yet. And they obviously know too, because I am so very highly attuned. They don't, they're very, very conscious about what comes in my field and what they bring to me, because I am very highly sensitive. I can feel it and sense it. Things happening on the other side of the world, I can feel it, and I can see it. And so that's why really discern what you're feeding and nourishing yourself, and what you really want in your field. Because it will affect your bodies and your fields and the vibration of it. So it's just like feeding your body great food. It's like feeding your body and your soul great energy. Are you going to feed yourself really empowering things that make you feel really great and wonderful? Or are you feeding yourself things that make you feel degraded and low? And so really tune into who you are as a vibration, and why you choose certain things. And if you choose to be different, and if you choose to feel differently and feel better and have a healthy body, then you're going to choose to create that nourishment. Nourishment for yourself is the divine motor that you are perfect, you are worthy, you are meant to be here, you do have special gifts. So how can you begin to feed you, so that your choices are much different, and your choices can create a reality of respect and honor, and people are actually reflecting that back to you. Yes, you want to be recognized as love, so be love. You want to be recognized as a master, so be the master of you, which means multidimensional ownership of who you are, physically, mentally, emotionally, and energetically. And this is why the boxes of limitation teach us so much. You know, that we didn't have control of our health. Yes, we do. That we didn't have control of what we manifest. Absolutely, yes, we do. You know, we have absolute control over all, because you are the center of all that you're manifesting. And choice by choice by choice, you're manifesting your new reality. So why not make it great? Why not make your body and your reality really powerful? Why not emulate that power of who you are as spirit and really get in touch and entangle with spirit, because they want to offer you all these gifts. But are you open to yourself as spirit? Do you know yourself as spirit? That daily self-care helps you tune in. Wow, these are my gifts. I really recognized that yesterday when I went in to do my daily self-care. Wow, I'm noticing that I'm grabbing different food. I noticed that I'm absolutely freer in my communication and my conversation with others, because I really want to put myself out there. That's when I'm working on self-acceptance. And to do so, I got to put myself out there. And so allow yourself the daily self-care, because it works in so many different ways, and you absolutely see yourself spiraling in new ways. That's really exciting of becoming. You're becoming your higher self, and you're integrating all that is nature, all that is Gaia, all that is your collective. Nothing is left out. And that's how you can manage it in a way that is really, really exciting, because we will continue to accelerate. We will continue the cycles of ascension. So it's really important that you get an understanding and a good fitting, if you will, a good grounding, a good footing, so that you're absolutely managing the light that comes in. Because the councils have shown me the last couple of weeks is that this next phase of ascension for humanity is to keep up with the light and process the light and integrate the light. Because we will continue to accelerate as a collective. And you can feel it. Everybody's been feeling the shift lately, because there's greater and greater light, and we understand that, wow, we're absolutely manifesting this beautiful portal of incredible things that we all want to see and we all want to be a part of, because that's our excitement as a soul and a spirit. We want to be free in this collaboration of spirit, with Gaia, because it's all God. And so in that, what tools can I use? What understandings can I work with? What part of my routine can allow me that higher entrainment? Because that is the keeping up with the light. What kind of entrainment, what kind of routine can I match that with? Because a 5D routine is not going to be a 3D routine. You want to match the vibration of your highest potentiation by learning and understanding and growing and accepting and honoring who you are every new moment, every new moment. And then giving yourself that loving nourishment and feedback of love and light and affirmations, because you're the one building your body. You're the one building your reality. You're the one building who you are as a new higher self. And that's why people, when you're going through the ascension process, and if you have people that you can, pair up with and say, wow, I'm going through my process, I'm just figuring out my cycle. Do you want to pair up together and just be one another's, go-to? What are you going through? What are your releases? What are your integrations? What are you processing right now? Physically, mentally, emotionally, energetic. How is that affecting your family? Wow. Because your family and all of those that are now seeing you change, they're going to say, wow, you've changed so much. Why is that not okay with you anymore? Why is that okay? Because, well, you're creating that greater self-love, greater self-direction, greater inner wisdom with your spirit teams, and spirit's guiding you. Even though it might not make sense to anybody else, but spirit is showing you, spirit is feeding you, spirit is allowing you to see the potentiation of the all. And there's information within it all. Threads everywhere of information, threads everywhere. And if you're in tune with it, then you can read what's going on. You can read what's going on within all others, because that's the participation in greater light. And so it's a beautiful experience of who you are as spirit. It's a beautiful experience of who you are becoming as the higher self. And we do have the daily self-care and the tools that we've created, and the classes and the intuitive readings and the webinars that we all offer. So please feel free to link into our website. We just got that open yesterday. And private sessions, private intuitive readings, any vocational alignment and coaching sessions and Reiki, and anything that we offer, the beautiful activation art that I'm so excited for, and the beautiful Christed consciousness classes and the fun things that we do. Our link is down below, and we're so very excited. Anybody that wants to donate to help us in our oneness and our inclusivity joyride, we're having so much fun. And being a part of our exploration together. And we would really love for you to be a part of our community. So check us out on Facebook, Twitter, and Tumblr. I'm not on Instagram. I've never been a big fan of it. So I'm not there. I'm on Facebook and YouTube and Twitter and Tumblr. And so we really appreciate all of your connection and all of your attunements with us in this experience, because it's how we grow as a community of love and oneness. And never underestimate the power, the transformational profundity of daily self-care. It's really, really, really crucial. that the teams have been showing me. This next phase of humanity will be all about health and wellness and rebalancing, because we've learned our lesson from all of the illnesses and all of the things that we've seen unfold on our collective. We've learned the lesson. And the lesson is that we absolutely have absolute control of our consciousness, is the driver and is the leader and is the center of all of our health. Because we're now awakened, we get it. We absolutely know that we have control of our health. We absolutely know we have control of the energies, positive and negative, in our field. We absolutely have the mastery to navigate and transcend all energies in our field. We absolutely know that we have power within our consciousness to say, no, thank you, no, thank you, no, thank you. I want to connect with that. I want to engage with that. You have choice, and your power of choice is your sovereignty. And so we love you, dear lighted ones. And we're asking you that you stand up in full celebration of who you are. Create that daily self-care, create that daily voice and standing in your own spiritual power, and honor the lessons that are coming for you in every new moment. And just honor everyone that's going through their path. They have different pacing, different soul lessons, and just value all. It's meant to be valued. It's meant to be accepted. And we love you so deeply. Bye, everyone. We're hoping that you have fun with your daily self-care. And if you need any of our illustrations, they're all on our Facebook. And I think our email is down below as well. Thank you. Bye.